When first year teachers graduate from college and arrive in the classroom, they are so idealistic. And what they say is like, I want to change the world one student at a time. Yeah, I was the same way. You know what? I still am. And several years ago, I thought the best way to try and improve the world is to understand good and bad, morality. So I became a student of morality. I studied social psychology. I joined Heterodox Academy, the righteous mind right there behind me on the wall. But I also studied religious texts. I got deeper into studying the Bible and all of the different ways to understand morality, good and bad, understanding evil, diving into Carl Jung and the shadow self, all this stuff I felt was very important. And it's turned out to be pretty cool. I'm a father of 3 kids. I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 6-month-old, all boys. And I'm watching them develop with this understanding of morality. And it's really fascinating because my baby, my 6-month-old baby, is perfect. He's perfectly moral. He's completely innocent. He's all good. And then I go out in the street and I see adults and they are deeply corrupted and immoral. Just this past weekend, I watched 3 adults in different situations drop something on the ground, drop some food on the ground, look at it and walk away. I made eye contact with them. Like, did you just do that? And they just quickly looked at me and then walked away. They knew it was intentional immorality. It's not as simple as not being aware. And we all do that. We are all adults are deeply flawed and immoral. But my baby is perfect. And if you're around babies, you know that they're perfectly moral. And raising my sons, you get to watch the process. My 5-year-old and my 7-year-old, they make some bad decisions. And they make these bad decisions for very legitimate, very innocent, very sweet, and protective reasons that are often unknown even to themselves. Sometimes they lie, cheat, and steal. But not just because I love them, but I've watched the development from the time that they were perfectly moral babies, and then they start to test the waters a little bit and self-preserve, and they start to make bad decisions. And we do our best as parents to try and steer them the right way and teach them morality, teach them right and wrong, but we can only do so much. We try to teach them self-awareness because a lot of times people make bad decisions because they live a very unexamined life. They don't think about morality. They don't think about their own morality all the time. But it's very fascinating to watch these kids develop from perfectly moral to deeply flawed and immoral like you and I. And the same reasons that my 5-year-old and my 7-year-old make bad decisions, but for very innocent reasons, I see adults like that now. People have been really rude to me on social media, and I see them the same way that I watch little kids make bad decisions. It's like, oh, you're hurt. Hurt people hurt people. Oh, you're protecting yourself. Oh, you're building up your ego because it's actually very fragile. It's a paper tiger. And I don't mean this in a patronizing way. I really don't. It softens me up. And my call to you is just to understand that all of us out there are deeply flawed. We make bad decisions. I have gone into depth on Roy Baumeister's book, Evil, and all the different ways that people are evil, from instrumental evil and idealistic evil and sadistic pleasure and all these different things, the ways we justify doing sins or immoral decisions and behaviors. But to you, my students on social media and on the internet, it's important for you to know that my motivations are the same as they were when I was a graduate of the education college going into the classroom, trying to connect with my students to be the first leg in a relay race to go out and improve things in the world for yourself and the collective. I'm going to screw up and I'm going to say things and act in ways that are immoral, that you deem as bad. But I am no different than anyone else, and I lack self-awareness sometimes, and I make tremendous mistakes sometimes, and I have blind spots. And even if my motivation is good, that doesn't discredit the harm that I can cause. But I'm aiming for good. I'm not aiming for self-serving. I didn't get into education for self-serving. I didn't get into this for the money. I didn't get into this for any kind of fame. I got into this to be a teacher. The same reason that most of us get into education, to be a teacher. And it's just now online. It's no different to me. But if I am doing something that you deem immoral, please talk to me. I'm going to try my best to be open to it because it's not my intention. I will defend what I'm doing, but I am willing to talk about it. It's very important that we discuss morality and why we see morality differently so that we can understand one another and move forward with something better for our future generations so my kids can be in a world that is less divided and more moral.